The word meme, when I came up with meme and meme pathogen, no one knew what meme was. I mean, that was an obscure word as all hell. I can't remember where I learned it, reading somewhere, but it perfectly described what was happening. These anti-white lesions on our bodies, on our minds, on our spirits. And meme pathogen perfectly described it. I feared for years when I would talk to people, I had to describe what a meme pathogen was. And I feared for a great many years that people were never going to know. And then all of a sudden, when Trump ran for office, people started sharing memes. And so a huge swath of the population came to know, pardon me, what meme meant. And so that was a great help to me, a great boon. You don't need to use that. Remember, as I was saying earlier, when you're talking with someone, don't just throw around the jargon. You wouldn't do that if you were an electrician describing to a member of the laity, or a doctor describing to the member of the laity what you do for a living, or a specific case of X, Y, or Z, and how you do it. You wouldn't start off with just nothing but jargon and confuse the hell out of them. You don't do the same. You don't do that here. You say what these things are. You say, we call that a meme pathogen, and then you move on. That familiarizes them with it. It also tells them that it is a verifiable concept. That is extremely important. Do not move away from the use of things like white noir and meme pathogen, because people have not been taught by the regime, the anti-whites, by the regime, what it means. The idea expressed as a concept has validity for an individual. When you are sharing a thought, it is this intangible thing that is just moving through the ether and is here one moment and gone the next. A concept is tangible. You need to leave it in concept form, but you don't overuse it. You don't bludgeon someone with it when they're not yet aware of it or comfortable with it. You start off by just, does that make sense? Does that make sense, everybody? You start off describing it. You tell them what it is. The thing I just described to you, sir or madam, is a meme pathogen. That's what we call a meme pathogen. This sickness that you feel in your heart, this self-hatred that you feel, this white guilt that you feel, this feeling that our people are evil, this feeling that this stress that you feel from that you don't deserve, this nervousness that you feel by hearing me just talk about our well-being, that is a sickness that only white people experience. That sickness is called white noir. That's how you describe it to people. Does that make sense? If you describe it to people that way, they're going to accept it as something real and verifiable, even if they walk away from that encounter or swivel away if they're on the chair at the computer, what have you, from that encounter, and they don't necessarily remember on the first time meme pathogen MP, or they don't remember white noir the first time. That's okay, because they'll remember that there was a concept that meant all the things they will remember.